What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 5150 Gringo Garage, and today we picked up a parts washer from Harbor Freight, part number 60769. So we are going to be unboxing this thing and putting it together so you guys could just watch this video, maybe assemble it instead of having to read the directions, because that's always easier. But anyways, this is a 20-gallon parts washer. It comes with the pump on clearance right now at Harbor Freight at my store anyways. And I'm tired of going out, degreasing everything out in the driveway, spraying it off with the hose, wire brushing it, and making a mess. My wife don't like it. I don't really like it. The neighbors probably don't like it. So we're gonna get ourselves a nice little parts washer that you fill up with some degreaser. It pumps that stuff in, you clean everything up, and then you could dispose of all the, all the degreaser or whatever chemical you use to clean your parts in the right fashion. Take it to somewhere you're supposed to. But anyways, we're gonna unbox this thing right now. First things first, you got the lid. Well, the lid and the tub is already kind of assembled, so that should make it pretty easy to assemble. I think we just got to put the legs on and the pump, so let's keep going. Right here it looks like the pump. We got some legs. We got the feed line, or the little line that you spray your parts with. And an instruction manual. Not very heavy. Whoop. So it looks like the tray that goes inside the parts washer. And this little doodad. And I just dropped my rock star. Alright guys, so all the hardware that it comes with is a bunch of nuts and bolts. So you need a Phillips screwdriver for these ones here, and then a 10mm wrench for the little nuts. So I got this thing flipped over. We're gonna go ahead and install the legs now. Alright, so your leg goes right here on the outside. It's gonna take 4 nuts and bolts, or 4 nuts and bolts. So we're gonna feed our nut through there. You put your lock washer on this side so your bolt don't back off. There we go. 10mm wrench and your Phillips screwdriver. Simples. So we're gonna do that to all 4 legs. All right guys, so now that all the legs are on, screwed on, we take our middle shelf, this one here, and that will slide in. You can see the ridge goes on top. Slide it down. Might be a little tricky, but we're gonna need some more nuts and bolts. All right, so I'm gonna do opposite corners. Alright guys, so now we got it all bolted down. This is what it looks like. You even got your drain plug right on the bottom. So now it's time to flip this thing over. Alright guys, after it is all flipped upside down, now we go ahead and we grab our pump and our little feeding tube, or whatever you want to call it, or little spout, and this will screw on right on the bottom here. So we'll go ahead and take that and screw it on. So that's done. Now we put it into the tub. So when feeding it through the tub, go ahead, we're gonna put our switch on the outside, feed our wire through, and it will go right inside. Just like that. So the last two things, you have your tray. So it doesn't matter which side it goes. It'll pop right on. And you have a little parts, like a little small parts little basket, which will just sit in there if you want to use it. And there you have it. All right, guys, so that is how you assemble the parts washer from Harbor Freight. Super easy, takes just a few minutes, looks good. So now we just got to get ourselves some degreaser, and we're gonna clean. Maybe we're gonna clean a part off of this. So maybe we'll take this piece off here and give it a good scrubbing on the parts washer and see how it does. All right, guys, so I got my degreaser here. Since we are using the Harbor Freight parts cleaner, we're gonna use the Harbor Freight degreaser. And this thing says it makes up to 200 gallons of solution. That's for your little, general cleaning stuff, but you're gonna do up to 20 gallons for your parts cleaner. Says on the back your ratios for stripping sealers, for grease buildup 1 to 20, and for your general cleaning 1 to 200. So right now, as you can see, I put 12 gallons of water in there. So we're gonna do a 1 to 20. So that's like I forget what it was. It's like 0.6 gallons or something of cleaner to come out to 1 to 20. As you can see, it's got enough water to circulate. So I'm gonna go ahead, add my degreaser and mix it around. Like I said, it's probably, it doesn't have to be exact. I'm gonna probably be a little generous on the degreaser since it's only 10 bucks a gallon. And I'm gonna fill this whole thing, almost probably like 3/4 of this gallon of degreaser, and then we're gonna clean something. I'm gonna use the whole gallon because you could use this degreaser just straight, and I don't really want to, have an extra 0.5 gallons laying around or 0.3 gallons laying around. So, anyways, I'm just gonna use that whole gallon. We're gonna make it, a little bit more concentrated. You could actually use this degreaser just straight if you wanted to, and since it's 10 bucks, for one whole tank, we're gonna go ahead and do it. So now we're gonna take off this piece over here and we're gonna parts wash it. So I'm gonna come over here, we'll get this all mixed up nice and good. We have our screws in here. We could just drop in there. I'm gonna let them soak. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna throw this in the solution and let it sit for a little bit before I start scrubbing. All right, guys, so the parts have been soaking for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and scrub them down. What you can do is you can actually go on Amazon and get you a parts washer like brush, which has a hose that connects to it, and you scrub it, which is pretty sweet. But I'm just gonna use just a regular old brush I've had laying around. But I eventually will buy one of those parts washer brushes, which look pretty sweet. They're like 12 bucks. But anyways, let's go ahead and wash some parts. So that will go back on here. Check out how clean it is. All right, guys, so there you have it. That is the 20-gallon Harbor Freight parts washer. I give this thing a thumbs up. It did a great job tackling that grease that's been stuck on this engine for almost 30 years. The degreaser that I bought at Harbor Freight as well. It did a great job. Thumbs up on that too. So if you guys have any recommendations on other things you'd like to see on this channel, go ahead and comment below. And as far as this video goes, it's over. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.